GTA 6 fans are starting to freak out as rumors of the game now coming out in 2026 are starting to pop up. We'll be talking about what's going on, where it came from, and a whole lot more all in this video today. So we've technically had two release dates for GTA 6 so far. The first one was calendar year 2025. This first came out when Rockstar put out the first trailer for GTA 6, and then that was sort of narrowed down to fall 2025 at their parent company Take-Two Interactive in their last earnings call. And that basically allows us to say, okay, it's going to come out in a rough 3-month period, late September, October, November, or early December, which is a period that Rockstar typically likes to release games in. But since the first trailer has come out, and since we haven't heard anything new from Rockstar in the months following the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, many fans are starting to get anxious and antsy, and now there's rumors of a 2026 delay. So this is coming from YouTuber Legacy Killa HD. If you have any further questions, I would recommend asking him. He's been vocal on social media, stating that a 2026 delay is certainly possible and aligns with what he has heard from his own sources, and in a video that he uploaded just the other day, he essentially doubled down on that 2026 delay as the new release date for GTA 6. Take a listen to this right here.
The future of Rockstar games is something that a lot of people think about. Is it a new IP? Is it a medieval game? Is it going back to some other classic franchises such as Bully, LA Noire? Is it another sequel to Red Dead Redemption? Who knows? Obviously, Grand Theft Auto 6 is the immediate attention. That'll be coming out maybe next year, probably 2026 based on what I've heard.
So that obviously had fans freaking out because we've obviously waited long enough for this game to come out. They said it was going to be 2025. Now it's fall 2025, which is essentially the latest it could come out during that calendar year. And now there's rumors that it's going to be coming out in 2026. Obviously, fans are not very thrilled about that at all. And so obviously, I want you guys to take this with a grain of salt. You can let me know in those comments down below if you choose to believe him or not. But I just want to sort of lay out my speculation on this whole thing because a lot of people are probably asking, how does he know this? And how does he know it's going to be a 2026 delay? And that would be my big question too. How would they know that they need to delay it again so soon after the first internal delay of the game? And more importantly, at the very least, 14 months away from its current release window if fall 2025 is still to stand. Because as I personally see it, Grand Theft Auto 6 has already been delayed. I think Rockstar probably wanted this game out as early as they could, and even their parent company Take-Two Interactive and their financial numbers indicated that would be the case, which would have hinted at a spring 2025 release, but then they ended up delaying it to fall 2025. That was why we went from calendar year to fall 2025. So I think that it has already been delayed, so a second one would be unprecedented and something we haven't really seen from a Rockstar Games title. And just to sort of double down on that, the delay announcements for both Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5, they both came around 4 to 5 months before the initial release date. And as I just mentioned, we are really at a minimum 14 months away from the initial release. So there's no way that I feel like someone like that would know another delay is coming. Now, to play devil's advocate, things are slightly different this time around, and this is certainly a newer Rockstar. That's probably a reason why they just jumped straight to fall 2025 instead of sort of stringing us along like what they did with GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. So to a degree, it is a little bit tough to keep comparing to what they're doing right now. And really everything has been different with Grand Theft Auto 6. We had this game revealed in December of all months, which was a little bit strange. They even announced the reveal a month before. So none of this is the usual. They're doing things differently, and I don't think looking at their past this time is essentially a good indicator of what they're going to do going forward. Now, there's certainly been a lot of response to this report and this rumor that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to fall now in 2026, and one of those comes from a moderator on the GTA forum site, Jason, who ended up saying this: unless it's been communicated to the studio, which I doubt, what he's heard is likely nothing more than a developer's speculation. On a game this big, it's not that unusual for developers to guess when a game is going to release or not be 100% sure where the game is exactly at in development. And given that this is a huge game developed by worldwide studio, loads of people on the team, probably won't have the full picture of where the game is at in terms of its development schedule. And that's important because we're talking about the game being delayed until what would likely be spring 2026, given when Rockstar historically liked to release games, and we're 15 months or so from its current launch window. Never mind being nearly 2 years from spring 2026. Talk of a delay until 2026 from anyone but the top brass at Rockstar, after we've only gotten confirmation of fall 2025, sounds very speculative to the point I'm a bit flabbergasted it was even mentioned. That's assuming the info is actually from a Rockstar Games developer anyway and not from some other source, because I'm not entirely convinced the other sources going around are particularly reliable on GTA 6 at the moment. There's a lot of quote, haha, I know stuff, quote, going around, and from what I've been seeing, these people saying that know absolutely F all. So that was one of the responses right there, being pretty skeptical of that information coming from Legacy Killer HD. There was another response from Dick Justice, who said, here's a non-comprehensive list of why this delay talk is nothing. The first point, negativity drives clicks. Rubes fall for the bait time and time again. Number 2, people were both saying GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 were going to be delayed a third time, all the way up until the, quote, gone gold announcements. Number 3, people use the saying, quote, Rockstar's games are always delayed twice as a rule, but GTA 6 will be their first game in 7 years, which is also unprecedented. The next point, Rockstar have already delayed the game internally. They announced 2025 to give themselves extra leeway, which they didn't do for either GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2. Going on to say it would be too early to determine whether or not the game would be ready by fall 2025. Don't take Rockstar's silence as a sign of delay. They could release screens and still delay the game, or they could do nothing and the game comes on time. Legacy's sources told him Rockstar wouldn't announce the game in 2023, mere weeks before Sam Houser's trailer announcement, and Legacy's sources are more than likely his own illegitimate musings. I have plenty of them. And I really like that one point that he brought up, that Rockstar gave themselves leeway by planning their release date 2 years ahead of the announcement, 2025. And it kind of nullifies the argument that because GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 got delayed, that so will GTA 6. Because if Rockstar had done things exactly like they did with those two games, they would have announced the release date for 1 year later in fall 2024 or something like that, and then it would have been delayed to 2025, either once to spring or twice to fall. But they purposely said the game was coming in 2025 and skipped 2024 because they wanted to avoid having to publicly delay the game, and it would give them enough time to finish the game in the meantime. And like we mentioned earlier, the game has already supposedly been internally delayed, since based on the Take-Two reports, it was supposed to come out around spring 2025, but again, they pushed it back to fall 2025. So I know this is going to be a very discussion-heavy video, but I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What do you think of the reports of Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out in 2026? Do you think the sources are legitimate? Do you think the details are real? Do you think it's 100% fake or somewhere in between? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.